What's going on, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Downs with Mr. Dugai. And like today, I'm gonna talk about the situation going on with the Atlanta Braves. Brian Snitker, manager Brian Snitker, once again publicly harshly criticized Ronald Acuña in the media, and it looked like Ronald Acuña and his daddy are finally fed up with it, yo. And I'm gonna just give my thoughts on the whole situation. But for anybody, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, I'm gonna have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos, so feel free to DM me. And whenever I get a chance to, I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy, yo. Look, man, you know, I remember a couple of years ago is when this thing really started getting some legs, was when we played the Dodgers at home and Acuña thought he hit a home run, and obviously it wasn't. It hit off the wall and it ended up just being a loud single. Then he tried to hurry up still second, because he should have been at second base on the plate. And he got gunned down, yo, at second base. And Snit actually took Acuña out the game. When that was fortunately we won that game, ended up winning that series, but it was a real big talking point as far as, I remember I chimed in on it. Should you bench Acuña for the mishap? And I'm gonna say this, look, Acuña is a young player, and at times he makes bonehead decisions. You know, he has a lot of swagger, which is one of the reasons why we love him. You know, he plays with a lot of swagger. He plays with a lot of energy. He brings an excitement to the Atlanta Braves organization. And that's why, you know, you really root for a guy like that. It's easy to get behind him. It's easy to have him as your favorite player. But the flip side to that is, at times, he's going to admire balls that look like home runs that may not be home runs. That where he should have been on second base, he may end up on first. Where if he should have been on third, he may end up on second. That's what you get with Ronald Acuña, yo. Like, is it good? No. But that's what you get with him, yo. But at the same time, especially this season, you get a guy hitting a routine ground ball to shortstop, and he busting it down the line and gets in safe. You get a guy who is one of the leaders in the major leagues in home runs. You get a guy who is an absolute superstar, and right now a strong NL MVP, you know, candidate. You get all that with Ronald Acuna Jr., yo. And this is the thing, man. With this situation, I've at times felt like Snit did it unnecessarily. At times I understood it. You know, you even had like Freddie Freeman come out and kind of be a little publicly harsh towards Ronald Acuna Jr. But honestly, in this situation, Snit wrong in this situation, yo. Like, okay, should he have tried for third base on the play? No. He got thrown out by a mile. I get it. But at the same time, yo, why you can't talk to him about stuff like that behind closed doors? Like, the comments was very harsh and very strong. And it's a type of comment that Snit made that could lose Ronald Acuña, you know, mentally with this organization. Where, you know, you do stupid things like that, you know, you don't win. Like, that loss was not on Ronald Acuña Jr. Though, okay, it was an opportunity to score a run, down 2 runs, and bring a tying run to the plate. I get that. But let's not sit here and act like the bullpen ain't just give up a whole bunch of runs, including a grand slam. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like for the majority of the season, Freddie Freeman was hitting 1-something. Let's not act like, you know, started like, even with Max Fried before his injury had an 11.33 ERA. Let's look at Snit himself and not act like this team hasn't underachieved this season. You know, like up to this point. You know, like I'm kind of frustrated with him always just kind of making it seem like it's all Ronald Acuña's fault, yo. Like, I don't hear him be that critical of nobody else on the team. You know, he's not getting on Freddie Freeman for bad swings. He's not getting on Dansby Swanson for situations. He's not getting on other players for errors or slumps or, you know, being thrown out at a base. He's not getting on pitchers for throwing stupid pitches. You know, he's not getting on himself for not managing this team to the potential that this team should be managed to this season. Like, I'm not cool with it, yo. Like, I'm not cool with it. And I'm wondering, like, what's the deal with him with Ronald Acuna, yo? Now, look, I've seen him defend him before. I've seen, you know, the Marlins in general, who love to throw at him. I've seen him go out there and get ejected for defending him, which a manager should do for any one of his players. But I just don't understand the constant criticism and bashing of your best player on the team. Like, honestly, I feel like we're wasting a great season of him so far. Now, granted, hey, it's just June. You got a whole lot of baseball left. We get on a nice little 9, 10, 11 game win streak. We could be right back up there, you know, at first place or at least near first place or whatever with the Mets. But, like, why do we constantly have to attack Ronald Acuna Jr., yo? Like, why do we act like he's the only one on this team that does anything that makes you scratch your head? You know, what's up? You're not bashing the Will Smith and guys in the bullpen. You know, I don't hear that. You're not bashing these pitchers earlier in the year, you know, when they had, like, ERAs over 10. You know what I'm saying? You're not bashing Freddie Freeman for not seeing and hitting the ball earlier in the year. You know, you ain't even really bashing Marcell Acuña for the whole situation that he put the team in with his off the field issues. So why, when it comes to Ronald Acuna Jr., it's just, and it's like you use the word stupid. Like, that rubbed me the wrong way. And especially because you don't want it to look. I'm not gonna sit here and say Snit is a racist by any means, okay? But you open up a lot of antennas for people who's not very, very familiar with the situation. You know, you open up people's antenna by me being a man of color myself. You know, like that. If that was my brother, or if that was my son, or whatever, and I'm seeing how you're constantly coming with these harsh criticisms of him, that would make me feel some type of way, yo. You opened up that conversation of racism when you're constantly attacking a man of color who, by the way, is the best player on the team. And you don't do this to nobody else. You don't do this to nobody else, yo. Like, Ronald Acuña's dad went on a whole rant basically talking about that. You know, and he's been quiet in the past. Like, enough. That's enough of that. You, like, why you can't just pull him in the office and talk to him about that? Why you can't give him a little discipline behind the scenes? Why do you have to come out and publicly bash him the way you publicly bash him? I don't understand why Snit does that. Now, like I said, Ronald, he shouldn't have went for third. He shouldn't have. He should have ran out those balls. But why? Okay, early on, okay, I get it. But I've seen other guys do things that frustrate me. But you're not that publicly, you know, mean about it towards them. Why? Like, Acuna is our best player. Look, he's the franchise. We don't want to ruffle his feathers as far as making him feel singled out all the time. If you're like that with Freeman, or you're like that with Ozzy, or you're like that with anybody else, all right, cool. But you're just like that with him. And him being a young player, knowing that he's dominating this game this season, and knowing that he's not even having wins to show for it because nobody else is stepping up, but yet you coming at him is not a good look on Snit, yo. When push comes to shove, if this thing ends up spiraling the way it is, or this becomes a real bigger issue, Snit is going to be gone before Acuna. It's like, he gonna be out the door. If it's a choice between when it gets to a point where Acuña and his people just can't take this no more, and something has to be done, Snit is gonna be gone before Acuña, yo. Now look, man, we got a whole lot of season left to go to try to turn this thing around. But I'm just tired of Snit. Like, look, Acuña gotta stop making bonehead plays. He do. But I'm tired of Snit always just seemingly only attacking him. You know, it raises red flags, yo. And I understand Acuña and his dad being extremely aggravated by this. But with that being said, yo, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I'm going to have Atlanta Braves and MLB content throughout the year. Also on Mondays and Thursdays at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific, I do an hour-long live Q&A. Y'all come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout-out on the live, yo. Y'all should join me. It'll be some good stuff. Until then, y'all have a blessed one. Go Braves.